Welcome to the Abundance Hack Show, where we are inspiring you to tap into your power to manifest the happiness, success, and fulfillment that you desire. I am your host, Niajae, the Upper Limit Coach. I am here to dismantle your limiting beliefs and remove the blocks so you can confidently live your life's purpose, because life is meant to be abundant. Hey M&Ms, thank you for tuning into the Abundance Hack Show. What are you manifesting in your life today? So today I am back with a Decadent You Part 2. If you didn't catch Part 1, I go over the first 2 steps in my new program, a 6 steps to a Decadent You. So a Decadent You is you in your fullest expression. And I'm really excited about this program because it is my story, it's my struggles, it's everything I've had to overcome to become the woman that I am today. And I am sharing with you 6 steps how you can step into your power, your sovereignty, live life in your fullest expression unapologetically. And it's something that is so near and dear to my heart because for me, I came out of the womb a superstar. And I say that in a modest way, but I came out very courageous and very loved the spotlight and loved, entertaining and this big, bold personality. And slowly but surely, the world started to chip away at that big, bold personality, at me wanting to entertain and me wanting to be in a spotlight. The world basically was like, no, you're too much. Normal people are not going to like you because you're too much, you're too extra, you're too over the top, you have too much energy. And so I started to feel like I had to tone myself down to be liked or to be loved. And it's been a struggle for me through my adult life to peel all of those layers back of crap that society has basically put on me that caused me to deny who I truly am. So this program means a lot to me. I've launched a lot of programs. I'm constantly creating programs. I'm a coach that helps people create online programs and courses and digital products. So obviously I have a lot, but this program is special. This program is probably the closest to my heart of anything I've ever created. So I really hope that you guys find value in this, and I hope that anyone out there who has been told that they're too much, too extra, they want too much, they set goals too high, their head is in the clouds, I hope that you find this and you know that everything that you desire was placed in you for a reason. Your personality, your gifts was placed in you for a reason, and do not allow anyone to cause you to tone it down or hide your magic. So in the first episode, part 1, I went over the first 2 steps in 6 steps to a Decadent You. So step number 1 is clarity, identifying what you truly desire and giving yourself permission to dream big. So this is important to me because society will place all of these layers of doubt, of fear, of scarcity, of pre-programming on top of you to make you feel like you can't have it all. You have to choose between having a thriving career and a passionate, loving relationship. You have to choose between living a luxurious life and making an impact in the world. And I am here to call bullshit. You do not have to choose. You can have it all. You can have the family and the thriving career. You can live a luxurious life and still serve and make an impact in a world. You do not have to choose. So getting really clear on who you are, how you want to show up in the world, and what you truly desire without the layers of self-doubt and scarcity and fear and pre-programming on top of it. Like, who are you and what do you truly desire? So then step 2 is confidence, gaining the self-acceptance and self-realization to stand in your truth. Embracing who you are, good, bad, and ugly, your shadow and your light, really embracing that and owning it, not just like, okay, this is who I am, but really owning this is who I am and not backing down from that when someone challenges that, because society is going to challenge you. And here's the thing, we're not for everyone. And this is something I had to learn. When I first started coaching and I first started creating videos for social media and online, when I first started growing my online business, I wanted to be liked by everyone. So I was like, ooh, let me not talk about anything too controversial. Ooh, let me be, sweet and bubbly all the time. And then I realized I'm not being me. I'm sassy. If you know me, you know I'm sassy. And so I felt like, okay, well, I can't be too opinionated. I can't be too sassy. I can't be too this or too that. And it caused me to put myself in a box. And it's like, hold on. I'm from New York. I have purple hair. I am a black girl. So like it's okay to be me. And if it turns someone off when I get sassy, when I get in my moods where I'm like, okay, here's some truth that some people are not going to like, but someone needs to say it. When I have those moments, that is part of who I am. And if that turns someone off, then they're not for me. And that is okay. Because no matter who you are, where you are, no matter what you do, you cannot be for everyone. Period. You cannot. Like, think about the biggest brands in the world. Let's take Coca-Cola, for example. There are some people who don't like Coca-Cola. There are some people who don't like Pepsi. There are some people who don't like Mac or Apple. There are some people who don't like Android or Google. So you can't please everyone. And the first person that you should start wanting to please is yourself. So that confidence to just own who you are and stand in your truth and be unapologetic about it. All right, so this episode, I'm gonna go over step 3 and step 4. So I'm not sharing all 6 steps right away. If you want all 6 steps, go to niajae.com/decadent. That's Niajae, NIAJAE.com/decadent, and you can watch the video for all 6 steps. But in this episode, I'm sharing step number 3 and step number 4. And then the next solo episode, I'll share step 5 and 6. But if you can't wait and you want all 6 now, go to niajae.com/decadent. All right, so step number 3 is courage. This is so important. So thought leaders, trailblazers, people who are paving their own way have to have courage. Leaders have to have courage, because when you start out on a path where you're paving the way and it's just you because you're stepping out of the norm or you're stepping away from what society tells you should be doing, you have to have courage to continue on that path, because people are going to say, oh my God, what are you doing? You're crazy. So you got to think about like people who invented stuff like the pool noodle. The pool noodle, it's always my go-to example. Someone invented the pool noodle, and when that person had the idea and probably went to people in their circle and they're like, hey, I want to invent this thing, they probably were like, what? You're crazy. And you listen to people like Sarah Blakely, for example, who I absolutely love, by the way. But Sarah Blakely, she's the founder of Spanx. When she first went to people with her idea for Spanx, like, okay, I want these pantyhose, but I want to cut the leg or the feet out of them. People were like, what? But you have to have courage to be able to stand up and say, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm going to be me. I'm going to pave this way, even if I have to start out alone. Because when you start out on a path or a journey where it's just you and people around you don't understand what you're doing, sometimes you want to turn back. Sometimes you want to ditch the idea because people don't see your vision, or you want to like lower your goals because people don't see your vision for your life or for your career or for your relationship. So you lower your goals to make it more attainable, to make it where like, okay, well, if I tell them this, they're going to fully support this, rather than me telling them this super high goal and they're going to be like, sweetie, you want too much. You can't have it all. Like I have gone through this my whole entire life. So this is why this program is like so near and dear to my heart, because you have to surround yourself with people who are like, okay, you want to climb this mountain? Tell me how you're going to do it. Rather than being like, are you sure you want to climb that mountain? Or you're crazy for wanting to climb that mountain? Surround yourself with people that's like, okay, you have this goal. How do you envision it happening? What are you going to do? How can I support you? Oh, that is the best question. Surround yourself with people that ask, how can I support you? What can I do to help? Like, let's talk about it. What's your plan? What's your plan to get up that mountain? It's a high mountain, so what's your plan to get up there? That's the kind of people you really want to have in your circle. And obviously you have people, let's just take family for example. You have people that care about you and they're going to question it because they care about you, but they don't realize sometimes that can be a hindrance of questioning or saying, that's probably not a good idea, because they see that like you could potentially be hurt and they don't want to see you hurt. So they try to talk you out of it in order to protect you. But what's really important is that you have the courage to keep moving and keep climbing that ladder no matter what. So that's why courage is so important. You want to keep climbing that mountain. And there was a quote by Grant Cardone that I really, really love. So he says, never lower the target, raise the energy. Never lower the target, raise the energy. So powerful. I went to his 10X Growth Con, his like one of the largest business conferences in the world. He had like 30,000 people there. But anyway, he says, never lower the target, raise the energy. And that was so powerful because we tend to lower the target. We try to reach a goal, we don't hit it, or we see how difficult it is, so we lower the target so it's more attainable. But having the courage to keep going no matter what. To keep going no matter what. And I know I tell this story all the time, but I'm going to bring it up again. Michael Jordan did not get picked for his first basketball team. He did not get picked for his first basketball team. And you know what? Even when he did make it on a team, so obviously he went back and auditioned again, or tried out, like I said, audition. You know, I don't play sports and I'm more like performing arts. But he tried out again for the next basketball team. And when he did make it, he still showed up to practice an hour early before all the other players. An hour early before all the other players. If he would have lowered his target and just went with being good rather than being great, he would not be one of the best basketball players of all times. So just really think about that. Having the courage to stand in your truth, to embrace your desires and your goals and your dreams, and not back down when it gets difficult, because it will get difficult. But that is why I'm creating this program, to give you tools in order to tap into when things get difficult, because it's going to get difficult. If you're climbing a high mountain, it's going to get difficult, but having that courage to stay on course. And even if you do, trip up a little bit, because there are roadblocks, knowing how to handle them so you can keep going and keep moving forward and keep paving your own way.
Why do we hold ourselves back? Why do we tone ourselves down for the comfort of others? It is time to be you, all of you. It is time to be decadent and become the fully expressed version of yourself. The world will never know your greatness if you tiptoe through life to avoid making someone feel insecure or inferior because your light shines bright. Go to Niajae.com/decadent to download the 6 steps to a decadent you, to embrace your fullest expression and be unapologetic about it.
Step number 4 is communication, and this is so important because communication is the foundation to every single relationship in your life. Romantic, friends, family, business. Communication is the foundation. So growth, as you grow and step into your decadent self and you fully express, that can challenge a lot of relationships in your life. So being able to communicate with people how to treat you, because people tend to treat you as you were and not as you are. So communicating how you like to be treated, setting healthy boundaries, and really coming from a place of emotional intelligence when you do so. So that is really, really powerful. And if you can nurture your relationships in your life from a place of emotional intelligence, is going to give you a solid foundation as you continue to grow, as you continue to expand. And it's all about expansion. Setting yourself up with a solid foundation to grow into the best version of yourself. And that's what this is about. So if you are having a hard time communicating, this is who I am, this is what I prefer, these are my healthy boundaries, then it's going to make the growth process or that climbing process a little more difficult if you're having trouble with the relationships in your life. So being able to communicate from a place of emotional intelligence will help you through that process, because if you have solid relationships in your life, that climb is going to be even easier because you feel fully supported. So communication is huge, and I feel it, you guys. I feel it. I'm totally obsessed with emotional intelligence right now. I'm obsessed with personal growth and self-development anyway. So some of the things that I recommend, definitely, I mention it all the time on this podcast, is the 4 Agreements. So if you haven't read that book, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. Second thing is understanding love languages, understanding your love language, understanding the people in your life love language, so you can speak it, so you can communicate with them how to speak yours. And then also understanding adult attachment styles. This is really powerful because we all have different backgrounds, and we all have different needs and desires, and we all have different ways that we process information. So understanding the people in your life, again, will allow you to communicate with them from a place of emotional intelligence, so you can nurture the relationships in your life. So as you grow, your relationships aren't as challenged. There's always going to be challenges, but the better equipped you are to deal with them, the more successful you're going to be. So this program is so near and dear to my heart, and those are the next 2 steps. So really quick recap. Step number 1 is clarity, identifying your true desires and giving yourself permission to step into your sovereignty. Step number 2 is confidence. So really just tapping into that self-acceptance of and owning it and being unapologetic, and self-realization, knowing how powerful you are. And step number 3 is courage. That courage to keep climbing the mountain no matter what is going on, and having the tools in your tool belt to where if you do come across a roadblock or you stumble, you know how to pick yourself up, dust it off, and keep moving. Step number 4 is communication. So not allowing your growth to challenge the relationships in your life, or if they are challenged, knowing how to handle it from a place of emotional intelligence. So those are the 4 steps that I'm sharing with you right now. If you want all 6 steps, go to niajae.com/decadent. That's niajae.com/decadent. So if you were the next thought leader or author or motivational speaker or influencer or trailblazer, really stepping into your sovereignty, really living in your fullest expression is required to make waves, to pave the way for yourself. So think about the famous decadent individuals. What if they told Mariah Carey to tone herself down? What if they told Lady Gaga to tone herself down? What if they told Michael Jackson or Prince to tone themselves down? They wouldn't be the superstars that they are. So do not let society cause you to tone yourself down. Don't hide your gifts. Don't try to stuff your emotions and your personality and your gifts in a box to make it comfortable for other people to deal with you, So don't let society tell you that you're unlovable or unlikable or unapproachable because you have these different desires, or you have bigger goals or you have a bigger personality, be willing to stand in your truth and show the world all of you without holding back and being unapologetic about it, embracing it, and knowing like you're not going to be for everyone. And that is okay because no one is. No one is. So really just showing the world your magic and allowing the people that matter to love you. Your tribe is going to love you and love you fiercely, but you have to show up in your fullest expression in order for them to even say, yes, this is my tribe. That is the person that I want to be around and I love them in their fullest expression. In order for people to love you, all of you, you have to show them who you are. So don't hold back. Show the world who you are because the world needs your magic. So that is my message for today. If you know someone that needs to hear this message, definitely share this podcast episode with them. We are on all podcast platforms, also YouTube and Facebook. So we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on all of them. So whatever your platform is, definitely share this with someone that you know needs to hear this message. And I'm in the arena with you guys. I am in the arena with you guys because it is a constant effort. It's not like, okay, I'm decadent and then that's it. All the work is done. It's a continuous effort to continue to grow, continue to share your gifts with the world, continue to be confident, continue to communicate well, because there will be challenges. But the more you work on these tools, the easier it becomes to face anything that comes your way, and the more you build up that resilience. So I hope you found value in this, and keep being you in your fullest expression. Keep opening up, keep peeling the layers back, because I want to see your magic. The world wants to see your magic. So until next time, M&Ms, be decadent. Thank you for tuning in to the Abundance Hack Show. I would love to hear from you. Leave your comments and questions, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our yummy episodes. Every time you leave a 5-star rating or review, I do my happy dance.